All right, so before I tell you about this crazy deal I got, I'm going to give you a little bit of context. This is my buddy Alex. He does a Flash Flow to Gear, the Reverb Store and YouTube channel. And so basically Alex's job is to find deals. Alex, like how many pieces of gear, like guitars, amps, pedals, whatever, would you say you've sold in like the last 12 months?
A little over 1,000.
And so you know about the deal I got in the Randall.
Yes.
Did you get any deal in the last 12 months that was better than the deal I got on the Randall?
Yes.
We'll be right back.
That's the best deal I've ever seen.
So I'm not typically someone who goes looking for guitar or amp deals, which is why this deal falling in my lap was kind of a surprise and honestly made me kind of suspicious. I was thinking, oh, it's going to arrive and it's going to be broken, or it's going to be Line 6 Spider in the box, or a bunch of used copies of Somehow I Manage by Michael Scott. But before we get to unboxing it, let me tell you the story. So a couple of weeks ago, I was at Guitar Center and I'm just killing time while one of my kids is in OT. And I see this 20-watt Randall head for sale for $699. It's actually still for sale at Guitar Center. So I take a picture of it because I don't know anything about it. I just figure I'll look it up online later, keep going, whatever. So later in the evening, I go to look it up. It's a Randall RD20H. I look at some videos, sounds pretty good. Look at some reviews, looks pretty good. And then I'm looking at different listings and I see that Amazon is selling one for $699. Now, Sam Ash has got the amp for sale for $1,250. Guitar Center new is $1,100. So why is Amazon selling a new one for $650? So I send the listing to a couple of friends of mine. I'm like, what am I missing? They're like, just grab it. I mean, you can return it. There was like an additional wrinkle, which was the following week I was actually going back to the mother and fatherland, the parent land, what Americans would call Bonnie Wee Ireland, because Americans don't know the difference between Scotland and Ireland. But I figured I can just get it dropped to my door, someone can come and put it inside and that's fine. So I order the amp, it arrives a couple of days later, someone puts it inside my door and I get back from vacation and it feels like a box with an amp in it. Like I've had purchases before that the box had school books in it or, you know, just junk or whatever. It didn't feel like that. It felt like an amp. So let's open it up and see what the crack is. All right, so in the immortal words of Brad Pitt, let's see.
What's in the fucking box?
It looks like it might be an amp. Let's have a look. So there is a Randall RD20H or whatever operation manual, so that's a good sign. Looking promising. Dun 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 dun. Oh, Jesus Christ! Features. There it is. Well, whatever it is, it's in a Randall RD20H chassis. I don't know what the word is. I don't speak guitar amp. It's got Diablo written on the front. I mean, how promising so far. Let's go plug it in. All right, so it's time to set this bad boy up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this, assuming it works, through the Universal Audio aux, which I'll probably put on top so we can fiddle with it. I'm going to run it into Cubase, and if it works, then you'll know all about it. All right, let's see what happens. So, power. Okay. There's a little bit of something coming out here when I turn up the clean gain, but we don't care about clean. We want the gain channel. So you can turn that up a lot, put everything at 12. Master a little bit. Ooh, boost cool. So here we got. We have a working amp. Check that out. All right, so I just watched that back and I realized it's like 20 minutes of me playing out of tune on a bunch of guitars really badly for like 20 minutes. I did not enjoy watching that. I do not see why you would enjoy watching that. So instead, let's just do a cover. So It's a Randall, and I'm a 90s metal kind of guy. So I'm going to do a song by a 90s metal band. Everybody knows them, kind of redefined metal, like heavy, really, in the 90s. You know them, you love them. Crowbar. Lesson here. Well, I would argue that life doesn't always give you lessons. Life doesn't owe you a lesson, and sometimes somebody just puts the wrong price on something and you buy it before somebody else does. Screw it. Like and subscribe.